Alright, what's up guys? Hoth here with another video. In today's video, we are going to be watching the dev release for the Season 2 update coming from Marvel Rivals. So if you guys are curious what's coming and are excited about the new update and the changes that are coming, tune in. This video is for you. So let's get to watching this. But before we start, if you guys like this video, please feel free to slap that like button. And if you'd like to see further content that we create, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications so you can see our videos as we release them. And also, we do like making content for you guys, so we are trying to make better content for you guys. So if you have ideas that you'd like to see, some content you would like to see, please feel free to leave that below down in the comments, and we will do our best to take into account what you guys like. So go ahead and watch some of our content, see which ones you like, see what videos you like, which ones you don't like. Suggestions that you have, please feel free to drop it down below. And with that, let's go ahead and watch this video.
Dear Rivals, Guang Guang here. Welcome to Season 2 of Marvel Rivals. After the intense Eternal Night saga and the defeat of Dracula, Emma Frost has prepared a lavish celebration, inviting everyone to don their best attire and venture to the
I like seeing Wolverine in this suit. It's just so weird. I really want to see him with like his claws in the suit and see what he looks like, because I bet he looks really cool.
mutant heaven of the living island Krakoa for the annual Hellfire Gala. But as we all know, heroes never truly get a peaceful vacation. The uninvited Ultron has crashed the party, and the attending heroes must spring into action.
So I'm guessing based on that they're adding Ultron, which I did see some stuff about some leaks that Ultron might be coming. So now I'm actually really excited because I'm curious what they're going to do with Ultron. Although I don't know how Ultron is going to fare against this many different characters, but we will see what they have in the trailer here.
To protect Krakoa's greatest treasure from his grasp, Emma Frost is a formidable vanguard, a master of telepathy and a shining diamond on the battlefield. She can adeptly utilize her telepathic and diamond abilities as the situation demands, standing at the forefront to shield her allies and obliterate her foes. And as for Ultron,
so Emma Frost is a vanguard, which comes as a complete surprise to me. I actually kind of thought Emma Frost would be more of a DPS character. She's a powerful telepath or psychic in the comics, kind of similar to Jean Grey and like Charles. So I kind of anticipated her being more like maybe a support or a DPS. So Vanguard's kind of a surprise there. I guess maybe they might use her kind of similar to how Magneto is, based on what they're saying that she's shielding allies. I'm guessing she's going to be kind of similar to Magneto. Or maybe Doctor Strange, because he says obliterate your foes. So I'm guessing maybe Strange might be similar, because Strange has some pretty interesting abilities. But I feel like his damage is a little bit not there. So we'll kind of see. We'll have to see. I don't know what they're going to do with Emma Frost, but her being Vanguard is kind of surprising. So I'm kind of curious what they're going to do there.
stay tuned for the exciting updates in Season 2.5. In Season 2, we will introduce the first.
So they're releasing Ultron in the Season 2.5 episode update, which I believe will be at about a month and a half approximately.
Adjustments to team-up abilities, welcoming new team-ups.
All right, let's kind of go through some of these. What do we got in here? Are they showing all the current ones? Okay, so the Arcane Order. So I was saying something about this. The Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange team up, which is really interesting. I'm kind of curious what that will entail. And then a Captain America and Winter Soldier team up, which is awesome. It's about time. I was surprised that was not already a team up from the get-go. Those two are like best friends from even before they went in the military. They went in the military when Cap was weak They were best friends. Then they both went through some experiments. Cap getting the super soldier serum, and then Bucky going through the Hydra experiments. And now they became who they are, and they were enemies for a little while, and now they're back to being friends. They might go back and forth. I'm not that up to date on comics, but I'm actually super excited about that team up. So what I know, from what I've seen, I don't know anything about the Arcane Order. I don't know. I've heard it's supposed to be a DPS. Based on the looks of it, that's what it looks like. But I don't know exactly what it's going to do. The Cap and Bucky team up, based on the smashing, and from what I read, it's going to be a leaping into the fray kind of counterattack team up. So I'm guessing, based on this, it's going to probably buff Captain America's HP by like 100, 150, like most of the team ups do when they do tanks. And then Bucky gets an ability to jump into the fray. That's what I'm guessing, but I don't know how accurate that's going to be. And then a team up with Emma Frost, Magneto, and Psylocke. So I'm kind of interested in that. So from what I understand, it's supposed to be some type of an illusory an ability. And based on the looks here, it looks like it might be like kind of cloning it, similar to kind of Loki. But I don't exactly know how that's going to work. I don't know if it could be an attack, if those clones will attack, or if they're just decoys, or how exactly that will work. So I'm kind of curious about that one. And it's kind of unusual to have 2 tanks and then a DPS there. That's a little bit of an unusual team up there. So I'm kind of curious what that will end up doing. But it looks like it's going to be buffing Emma Frost, stat-wise somehow. I'm guessing probably her HP, similar to this one, the Scarlet Witch and Strange, will probably buff Strange's HP. But and they're taking out the Magneto and Scarlet Witch team up. That one will be being removed, and the team up between Thor, Storm, and Captain America will also be being removed. Kind of a surprise there. I don't why they would remove that one. I guess because they kind of want to keep most of the team ups to about 1. Here, I think most of these characters only have 1 team up. I think of what they've been doing. Although Storm did have 2 here, and Luna has 2 team ups, and Spider-Man has 2 team ups. Thor had 2 team ups, but he'll now only have 1. Storm had 2 team ups, but she will also only have 1. So Spider-Man and looks like Luna will be the only 2 characters with more than 1 team up here. I feel like I'm missing. Banner has 2 team ups. So. They're changing Gamma Charge. I didn't even notice that. So on Gamma Charge, they're actually removing Strange and putting in Namor. I'm very confused on that change. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Strange was in there in the first place, but giving Namor the Gamma Charge buff, oh man, that's going to be busted, because a lot of people banned Hulk and Iron Man for a period of time. Those were getting banned for that particular team up, so having Namor gaining that particular buff is going to be wild. Namor's already kind of a good character, so giving him that team up to get that gamma radiation boost to his damage, imagine. So that would be different. And they also changed it. They did remove Namor from Luna's team up, though, so I was actually wondering about that after that. I was wondering if that was changing. As for the rest of these team ups, it looks like they are all staying the same. No other real changes. So that'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious how they change it. It's going to shake up a lot of things here. So I'm excited to see that.
While tweaking or removing some existing ones, we hope that these dynamic changes will enhance our heroes and gameplay environment with even more thrilling experiences. Since the launch of Season 1, we've been deeply contemplating how Marvel Rivals can continuously deliver fun and engaging experiences for you all. During this time, several discussions on social media have certainly added some pressure on us to keep the game as exciting as it has been since December. To a certain extent, we agree. Upon reflection, we believe the core mission of Marvel Rivals should always be to fulfill everyone's fantasies about Marvel superheroes. But what does that fantasy entail? Is it controlling multiple heroes simultaneously, or providing heroes with diverse experiences that transcend competitive boundaries? We've been exploring new modes internally, and when the prototypes are well defined, we will unveil them as special event game modes. Of course, there remains the fundamental dream to integrate even more exciting Marvel heroes into Marvel Rivals.
So based on what you're saying right here, we are looking at seeing some potential changes, specifically some new game modes and events that might be coming into Marvel Rivals in the future, which is absolutely awesome. I'm actually excited for that. I'm curious what they'll be adding. I'm hoping it'll be better than the clone game mode that they added, which was interesting and kind of fun. I had never really played it much, but I'd seen a lot of stuff on it. I've seen some videos on it. It looked kind of interesting, but it was really weird. I don't know if that was a legitimate game mode or if that was just something that people were utilizing that was like, I don't know, like a limited access maybe. But that was a weird game mode. And they kind of left out a bunch of characters that you couldn't kind of run with in here. So I'm kind of curious what other game modes they're going to be adding in here. That'll be interesting to see.
After intensive internal discussions and thorough evaluations, we've decided that starting from Season 3, the seasons will shift to a 2-month format, with new heroes debuting each month. Additionally, rated systems will be adjusted accordingly, and we will provide detailed insights before the launch of Season 3.
Okay, so as of right now, the seasons are 3 months long, but starting in Season 3, they will be 2 months, and the new character will drop every month rather than about every month and a half. So we'll be getting more characters more frequently, which is kind of exciting, and I'm very interested to see what they do with that. But I'm also kind of worried that they're going to burn through a lot of characters. And when they start adding all these characters, that we might have a hard time picking characters. We might have like a loading screen with like 30, 40, 50 plus characters easily. We might already be close to 30. So sitting here, we might have like 70 characters in the loading screen. You're like, I don't know which character to pick. I have a whole long list. But it'll be kind of fun to have a lot of different characters we can play. It gives you like a lot of different outcomes for different battles, and a lot of different strategies to plan for when you have all these characters. It'll make it really difficult to have any crazy metas going on because there's just so many different characters floating around. So I am kind of excited about that.
With our goal of keeping the audience's excitement alive, just like our opening month, the real adventure with Marvel Rivals is just beginning. After thorough testing and analysis of backend data, we've identified that the current mission system design lacks clarity in guiding players on how to earn chrono tokens through gameplay. This has resulted in some active players being unable to fully claim all rewards from the Battle Pass by the end of the season. To address this issue, we are implementing weekly missions alongside the existing daily missions and challenges. While the total number of chrono tokens available will remain unchanged, we've rebalanced the distribution of points across daily, weekly, and challenge missions. This adjustment aims to provide players with a smoother expectation of the chrono tokens they can earn through regular logins and gameplay, ensuring that active players can successfully acquire all Battle Pass rewards by the end of the season.
Okay, so they're balancing the chrono tokens, which I believe the chrono tokens are the purple ones that you get for the Battle Pass. I'm not sure. So it sounds like they're rebalancing it so that they're spreading out the tokens across more challenges and missions rather than just focusing them so heavily through certain tasks. But it says they're also trying to make it easier for players to obtain the Battle Pass rewards, which I'm not sure how that's going to change anything if they're not increasing the number of tokens that they're giving out and just rather changing how much you get per mission, how that's going to affect things. So I'm guessing that makes it so that you're getting less tokens than we are currently getting per mission, and that there'll be more missions to do. which I don't mind having more missions. I think that's cool. That actually gives me more stuff to do. However, I don't know why we would want less tokens. Because if they're not adding more and they're rebalancing them, that means less tokens and more missions, or less missions and more tokens, which I don't know how that's going to work either. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of curious.
In Season 2, we're excited to announce that we will begin adding new color options for some of the more popular costumes, providing even more opportunities for personalization. Additionally, we're introducing a new feature that allows players to gift costumes to their friends. This enhancement,
okay, that I am actually really excited for, and I'm really, really glad that they are adding that. I really wanted to do some gifting, and also this will kind of help with some things, because I do have some intentions and plans to offer some gifts for subscribers in the future and followers. So doing some giveaways. So having the gifting option is actually extremely beneficial. I also think that'll help them out a lot. I think the gifting will allow them to gain more money off of the game. So I think that's a big benefit both for the players as well as for the organization.
To foster better communication and interaction among.
Oh, yeah, I also forgot. I was just like, what else did you talk about? Kind of brain dead there. The coloring. I'm actually really excited about that as well, because I actually want to be able to adjust some of the colors of some of the skins, because I want to put in some of my favorite colors on some of these characters and kind of mess around and kind of see what the colors do to each character and how they affect everything. So, and maybe the other concern is that maybe some of these colors might help characters blend in with the map a little bit and kind of hide. So I'm also kind of wondering if that will play any effect on some of these character skins.
Among friends within our game. For Season 2, we've made upgrades to our network protocols to enhance overall performance. Unfortunately, this means that replays from Season 0 and Season 1 will no longer be supported in the new client version. So be sure to record your favorite videos to your local hard disk before the season begins. Thanks for your support.
Okay, so not much to discuss there. They're just changing how replays are stored and played, I'm assuming, based on what he's saying there, and that all the previous videos prior to the Season 2 update will be removed. So if you want to keep any of those, you need to download them ahead of time, or you will lose all of them. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Okay, this is one section that I'm actually really excited for, because I'm actually considering getting into the competitive side of things a little bit here. And I have lots of plans, so I'm actually kind of curious what they're going to do with this.
As player excitement continues to rise, we are preparing for future tournament plans. We aim for high-level factions and players to showcase their skills on this stage, presenting thrilling matches for all Marvel Rivals fans. Next, let's welcome Zhiyong to share insights regarding the adjustments to team-up abilities and balance changes for Season 2.
Hey Rivals, Zhiyong here with the latest on Season 2.0, packed with dynamic changes to team-up abilities, sweeping balance adjustments, and big updates to Ranked. Over the past seasons, we've been thrilled by your overwhelmingly positive feedback on our team-up abilities. On one hand, these team-ups have perfectly captured our wildest imagination of iconic superhero pairings. On the other, they've unlocked a whole new dimension of tactical combat. For Season 2, we are launching several brand new team-up abilities while fine-tuning some existing ones, all designed to deliver fresh, pulse-pounding experiences. Emma Frost stands as the team-up anchor, allowing Psylocke and Magneto to call on the White Queen's psionic abilities to create illusory projections. At the heart of this...
So it looks like, based on, let me go back here. it looks like this ability with Emma Frost will be kind of similar to Loki's
Team
here.
up anchor, allowing Psylocke and Magneto to call on the White Queen's psionic abilities.
Yeah, see, it creates a clone that also does attacks. So I think it's actually creating clones that do attacks very similar to how Loki's ability works, but only now you have a clone of Magneto, Psylocke, and Emma Frost. And using some sort of unusual attack here, looks like some sort of psionic attack.
To create illusory projection.
So it's creating an illusion that's using psionic attacks while the main person, the person playing Magneto or Psylocke or Emma Frost, are able to do their normal attacks.
At the heart of this pairing, Doctor Strange shares his arcane mastery with Scarlet Witch, imbuing her chaos energy with a new mind-bending.
What? Alright, so I knew it was going to be a DPS attack, but I wasn't anticipating it to be like that. So it gives her, like... I gotta watch this again. Hold on, we gotta watch this again.
Story with Scarlet Witch, imbuing...
So it gives her a whole bunch of rapid-fire attacks. That is... Wow, that is just weird. Because, as you can see, she already has a basic attack that kind of is aimbot. Like, literally, you don't even have to aim. You just hold the charge attack, and then you just walk around. It just auto-locks for you. And then giving her a rapid-fire attack that also throws in additional attacks, that's... Scarlet Witch might be part of the meta next season.
Her chaos energy with a new mind-bending magical ability. Captain America's unwavering courage and unbreakable camaraderie inspire Winter Soldier to leap towards allies at critical moments.
Okay, so this team up is exactly what I thought it was. Just Winter Soldier jumping right in there, smashing the ground. So that was exactly what I thought it was going to be here. And 750 HP, so I think it is giving... Well, I think Captain America's HP is 600 or 650, so I think it is boosting his HP there.
And dish out a relentless counterattack.
Wait, what was that last part? Hold on, let me go watch that again. I think I missed
Inspire Winter Soldier to leap towards allies at critical moments.
Oh.
And dish out a relentless counter.
I don't know what that actually did there. It doesn't look like it did any damage. So they're able to clash together to basically just bam, right into sandwich people? Is that what it's good at doing? Do you have to just get sandwiched between Cap and Bucky? That's interesting.
Attack.
I don't know what exactly that'll do there. It doesn't show it very well.
In our quest to keep the tactical landscape sharp and prevent any one hero from being in an overabundance of team-up abilities, or total the number of team-ups from ballooning too quickly, we are streamlining some of our existing ones, including removing some team-up abilities altogether and removing or adding members. Here's what's changing. Metallic Chaos and Voltaic Union will be completely removed from the game. Psylocke will be removed from Dimensional Shortcut. Winter Soldier will no longer be part of Ammo Overload. Namor is being removed from sharing Charisma. Doctor Strange is stepping back from Gamma Charge, while Namor will be joining the party, complete with the ability to summon Gamma Supercharged monster spawns.
Okay, so interesting.
Namor will be joining.
So I actually, when we were first looking at these, I actually missed Bucky being removed from Ammo Overload and Psylocke being removed from Dimensional Shortcut. So that kind of surprising. But I actually don't think people really use Psylocke with the Dimensional Shortcut that much. And Bucky wasn't really one of the main characters in Ammo Overload. That was more of like a Punisher Rocket kind of combo. Strange being removed from Gamma Charge makes sense. I was just surprised they added Namor into that. And then... what they do with Chilling Charisma, they removed... Oh, they just removed Namor. Okay, that's right.
Joining the party, complete with the ability to summon Gamma Supercharged monster spawns.
So essentially what Namor is going to do, instead of potentially freezing people and slowing them down, he's now just going to get Gamma Charge, which I'm guessing is just going to be increased damage.
As Season 1.5 comes to a close, our analysis backed by community feedback, epic battles from top-tier players, and hard data reveals that our roster and lineup choices have remained dynamic and diverse. Consider the strength of Shields combined with the mighty duo of Groot and the Thing in the triple Vanguard lineup. With Magneto's damage and up, this setup gains increased initiative on flanks and enhanced pressure capabilities. Moreover, a pair of control-driven ultimates abilities synergizing with Magneto's ult against standard double strategies lineups can deliver staggering burst damage, overriding enemy healing and securing a pinpoint KO. Then there's the dynamic pairing of Groot and Winter Soldier, where every move counts. Whether Winter Soldier's mechanical arm rails enforce for Groot's rapid wall barricade to cut off enemy vision and healing, or Groot unleashing his ultimate while the Winter Soldier utilizes the splash damage from his main weapon to rapidly chip away a health, before finishing off enemies with his own ultimate ability. These synergies are as visually mesmerizing as effective. Not to mention our classic pairings, Hela and Loki, Adam Warlock and Star-Lord Mantis, and Hawk and Doctor Strange, each of which continues to prove their competitive might. This is exactly the kind of diverse and dynamic roster we love to see, and we are committed to preserving each hero's unique flavor and potential.
Okay, so it sounds like they're not changing a whole lot to do with what they just talked about all the different characters. They seem like they're pretty excited about how there are different teams that people use in conjunction with each other to enjoy the game and play competitive side of things. So, just pretty normal there. So I'm glad they're keeping some of those things the same. I'm hoping they're making some adjustments here, so we'll see what they do.
Next, let's talk about some of the adjustments coming in Season 2. We are aware that some heroes have been struggling to find their place in the broader battlefield, such as Penny Parker, Scarlet Witch, Mr. Fantastic, Black Widow, Rocket Raccoon, and the lovable Jeff the Land Shark. To bring more balance and endless tactical possibilities, we will be fine-tuning their strengths via team-up abilities or general balance adjustments. Note that these rebalances demand time for proper calibration, so you will see updates rolling out in both Season 2.0 and Season 2.5. Now, let's talk about some of the adjustments coming in Season.
So, I'm actually really excited to see what you're going to say here because they mentioned Black Widow, and I actually really enjoyed playing Black Widow. So I'm hoping they do something with her because I feel like her melee attacks are very weak and don't really have a lot of range. So, and with no range and really low damage output, they kind of just aren't necessary. And then, other than her kick and her sprint, she doesn't really have anything other than just sniping. So I feel like they do need to adjust her a little bit there. I don't think Penny really needed that much of an adjustment. I think Penny's already a solid character. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do there, though, because I do feel like she doesn't get played as much, but she can be such a big pain in the butt when you're trying to fight sometimes. Because she'll just camp at like corners and stuff, and there'll be huge minefields, and it's going to be just a huge pain.
Season 2.0. For Vanguards, Penny Parker will receive a buff, while Captain America, now a new team-up anchor, steps up his competitive edge. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange will see a slight nerf to his offensive power, offset by improved survivability. For the duelists, expect Scarlet.
Okay, so for Vanguards, basically just giving Cap a new buff, a new team up. So that's really all they're doing with Cap, and then Penny's going to get a buff, but they don't specify what exactly her buff will entail, so I'm not sure what that'll be. And then they're decreasing Doctor Strange's damage output, it looks like, but also increasing his survivability in some way. I'm not exactly sure if that means they're changing some of his skill, maybe his shield, or if they're giving him extra HP. I'm not really sure. I don't feel like Doctor Strange is all that strong, so I'm kind of surprised, or all that weak, so I'm kind of surprised they're making that change. I feel like most people consider Strange to be an S or A tier tank. So buffing him, his survivability, seems a little bit a little bit off, but I guess it does kind of offset the change to nerfing his damage output by buffing his survivability to hopefully mitigate some of the changes there, but also keeping Strange as more of a Vanguard style character with defensive capabilities. So let's see what they do with DPS.
Switch and Winter Soldier to debut brand new aggressive team-up abilities, accompanied by buffs to heroes like Mr. Fantastic and Moon Knight.
Okay, wait, what? They're buffing Moon Knight? Why? I don't think Moon Knight needs a buff. I'm not sure about that. Mr. Fantastic, I guess I could see a buff, but I feel like they need to nerf Fantastic's survivability and increase his damage. Because I feel like Mr. Fantastic is a tank. He's a tank DPS. He has such good survivability and actually has decent damage. So I feel like if they buffed his damage a little bit, he'd have really good damage, and nerf some of his survivability, he wouldn't be so tanky. And I think that would help balance the Mr. Fantastic out a little bit more. But Moon Knight getting a buff? What buff are they going to give Moon Knight? He already has splash damage. He already has, like, good mobility. He has melees, long range. He's got Onyx to pull people in. Like, he has good damage. I really don't see a need. And then his ult is, like, really broken. It's really powerful. I don't really see a need to buff Moon Knight, but I'm curious what they're going to do with that.
Finally, strategists. We are set to enhance Rocket Raccoon's team utility, at the same time, to prevent battles from dragging on courtesy of Loki's regeneration domain and Adam Warlock's zone bond. We will implement modest nerf to keep the fight fast, furious, and fundamentally fun.
Why? Why are you nerfing Adam Warlock? Oh my goodness. I love Adam Warlock, so like that's why I'm kind of upset about it too. But why are they nerfing Adam Warlock? He already doesn't have that much healing. So he has 2 healing items that have like a 6-second cooldown. So he can't put out a lot of heals, and then they're gonna nerf his soul bonding, which is the only survivability utility skill that Warlock has. When he's being dove by characters, he has no mobility. So you have to strictly rely on soul bond with a back line to survive, and then healing to keep yourself and spacing out your heals to survive long enough to either A, get some assistance, or B, lands enough attacks to kill the enemy off with your charge and your basic attack. But if you weaken soul bond, that's going to really impact his survivability against dive characters, which is going to make Adam Warlock die a lot faster, which Adam Warlock tends to die a lot. If you're dealing with good enough dive characters, it's going to be difficult to survive. So I'm not sure why they're doing that. Loki's, I don't remember what exactly he said with Loki. Let me go back here. Okay, the regeneration domain. Okay. So I think that's his one where he puts the little crystal above the head and heals them all and gives them like basically invulnerability for a few seconds. I do agree with that change. I think it's a little bit too long and heals a little bit too much. So I do agree with that change because I feel like Loki is a very difficult character to learn, but Loki is a very powerful character. So I do agree with that nerf. I don't feel like Adam Warlock is all that powerful. Like he's got good. Adam Warlock is more of a damage than support base, so nerfing his support abilities as a support character kind of seems counterproductive there. But we'll see.
A modest nerf to keep the fight fast, furious, and fundamentally fun. Keep your eyes peeled for our upcoming balance update announcement, where we will dive even deeper into these changes. The Season 1.5 hero pick rates and win rates are also set to be reviewed shortly. When Season 2.0 launches, we are shaking up competitive play by resetting ranks. Based on your Season 1.5 standings, each player will drop 9 divisions. For instance, if you ended Season 1.5 at Diamond 1, you will start your Season 2.0 journey at Silver 1. Coinciding with the season update and with the increase in maps, we will be rotating maps to keep the battlegrounds fresh. For Season 2.0, Hellfire Gala-themed will enter the competitive pool, while Yaska Royal Palace and Tokyo 2099 Shim Shibuya will be retired from ranked play. Tournaments will use the same map rotation as the competitive, but quick match and custom games will still feature every map, no rotation there.
Okay, so I'm actually kind of liking that. They're adding some new maps into the competitive and tournaments game mode and removing a couple maps to keep some fresh maps in there. I like that. And I like that you can still use those same maps in normal game flow during custom matches and during quick play. I'm assuming he didn't mention anything about the AI maps, but I'm assuming that it's going to keep those the same as well.
We've listened to your feedback about competitive play, and here's how we are leveling up the experience. First, we are raising the minimum level requirement for competitive to give new players more time to truly master the basics before stepping up to the big leagues. Also, pick and ban will now come into play starting from Gold 3 rather than Diamond tier. When a team includes players from Eternity or One Above All, only dual queuing will be allowed. Finally, you all know...
Wait, what? So, the One Above All and Celestial ranks will only allow dual queuing? Is that implying that you can no longer solo queue? Okay, I don't know if I agree with that. Now, I'm not Celestial or One Above All rank, but making it so that you can't team queue or solo queue is absolutely ridiculous. I'm hoping that you can still solo queue at least, because that'll at least be something, but I have to go back and re-listen to that now, because I don't...
rather than Diamond tier. When a team includes players from Eternity or One Above All, only dual queuing will be allowed.
So I'm confused. So it's my fault. I said Celestial. I meant Eternity. Earlier, by the way. So if a team has somebody from Eternity or Above All, they can only duo queue. I'm guessing you can solo queue like normal. But when you're playing as a team, you can't run queue at the top ranks with more than 2 players. So like if you're in a clan and you have 6 people together, you can't queue together as a group. I don't know if I like that. Especially considering that these tournaments are clan-based, so you're 6v6ing. So the tournaments are going to be playing as a 6-man team. But if you're only able to queue at the upper ranks, isn't this going to kind of demotivate people from getting up to the higher ranks? Because now they can't team with their group. They can only team with one other person. Or they have to solo queue. I feel like that's going to be kind of counterproductive for how competitive works. Now, I also do like the change that they're going to be bringing the ban rate from Diamond down to Gold 3. Not a big change. And I'm okay with that. I don't know about the increasing the rank, though. Or the level requirement to play ranked. Well, 10 isn't all that difficult to get to. It does take a little while. Going up to 15 is also kind of higher, but I guess that's not too bad. It might help with all these players that are essentially noobs coming into competitive. So maybe that'll help with that. We'll see.
Finally, you all know that the score you earn per competitive match is determined by both the outcome and your individual performance. With the launch of Season 2.0, we will be increasing the weight of individual performances. The better you perform, the more points you will earn in victory, and the fewer points you will lose in defeat.
Okay, so that is actually a really good change. So it's going to increase the benefit of your performance during the game modes when you're playing ranked. So the better you do, the more you'll earn during wins, and the less you'll lose when you lose matches. So I'm actually very happy about that. I think that'll help players want to improve individually. because the worse they play, the worse they're going to drop. And the less they'll earn, so the harder they'll be to rank up. So I'm actually really excited about that balance there. So that'll be interesting. What else we got here?
We know many of you are interested in the distribution of players across the Season 1.5 tiers. To satisfy your curiosity, please enjoy this detailed histogram that lays it all out.
Let's kind of go over this. So we have about 13% of players in competitive are in bronze. So actually, so you have all these people that are like, oh, we're Grandmaster, we're Grandmaster, we're Grandmaster and above, Grandmaster and above. There's like 13, 14, less than 15% of players that play this game are in Grandmaster and above. So you can stop bragging, oh, I'm Grandmaster, I'm Grandmaster. No, you're not. 50% of people in ranked are in gold or below. That is really, really high. But I think part of it is due to the fact that most tournaments you only have to reach gold. So I think that's why like so many people are in gold, and why when you get up to these 5 ranks right here have so many people, and then this just kind of drops off because they don't need to really push super high. But like there's just such a huge drop off, 13, 18, 20, and then 17, and 17, and 11, then to 2. It's a sheer 3. That's a huge drop. Sorry about that.
In closing, thank you all for your unwavering support and passion. We can't wait to party with you at the Hellfire Gala. Ignite the battle!
So I don't know. That was a lot of unpacking to do there. So I'm really excited to see what how these changes all impact everything, and all these new additions change. I think there's going to be a lot of change to the meta. I think some of the characters that were not as useful might become a little bit more useful, and some of the ones that were really useful might drop a little bit. So I'm excited to see all these things happen, and I'm excited to see all these changes, and I hope that you are just as excited as I am for this new season and for these new characters. Man, that's that. I thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you guys will tune in for the next one. If you guys like the video, please hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more of our content, hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notifications to see your videos as we release them. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.